Well, I got off work early today. Early enough, I went and got a haircut. Sitting around the house, I'm like, I need to go dig the park. I actually live about 2 blocks from a park. It's the old settlement area where the old dairy farm was at. The only silver I have dug there was a 1908 Barber dime. One of the guys from the club came out just after I got my E-Track, and that was one of the first places I found silver with my E-Track was there. I wasn't real sure about my settings and everything, so I had him come out. He's an E-Track user. He was hunting it after showing me some settings on my machine, getting me familiar with it. He dug an early mercury dime. I think it was a 1919 mercury dime. Same day he dug, or same hunt, he dug a silver ring that was a Mormon CTR, which stands for Choose the Right. Hayden, his only video on the YouTube channel here, which I started the channel for him, his only video was at this park. He dug another CTR, larger ring, like a men's ring, and he also found half of a trime, and it was the first type trime, with the early one. Can't remember the date that you could track it to, but his had no date on it, so we just knew it was between two dates. So we've hunted the park a lot, found a lot of older wheats, found an early pocket knife, or what was remains of it. So I'm going to go back to that area, see if I can find anything. More than likely I won't even make a video today, but if you're reading or if you're seeing this, it's because I found something I wanted to record. See you when I hit the ground. Well, this here is the first dig. It's a real low tone. It's got about 4 inches to it. I seriously doubt that I'll make any decent finds here. I've hunted this quite a bit, but there's always that chance. This one here, it really isn't even in a coin sound. It's probably just a pull tab deep. I don't know if I found any old ring pull tabs, because that's the era. Well, actually, it's before that. No, just can slaw. Moving on. Okay, so I wanted to show you where I've dug my stuff at. Try to keep my detector quiet. Anyways, at this park, the main part of the park is up over this ridge. This is actually a dam, and there's water on the other side of it, and that's a new part of the park. That slope right there you can see on the other side of this walk path is real good for getting a lot of clad, because they use it for sledding in the snow. But this little mound right here, there's a house right there, big tree that separates their backyard, and this mound right here, we've dug old pocket knife right about here. My Barber dime came from about here at the bottom, because it's flat where I'm standing here. And then Brian dug his 1919 Merc right at the top of this, right where it starts leveling out. Bunch of wheats through here. Hayden dug, he had dug an old ring. Sometimes they'll mow this way down. He dug an old silver ring in there, and that's the area right about in here where he dug his half of the trime, because it was busted in half and it was extremely worn down. I did notice that they've done some cleaning and clearing and cutting stuff out on the left side here, and there's a grass patch there, and they've done a bunch of cleaning back in this area, and there's a creek that runs this whole distance all the way down to the bottom where my house is at. Haven't found anything good yet. Just can slaw, not a coin, not even a coin signal. And I'll keep going, and I just wanted to cover that before it got dark, because I'll be out here for a while, I hope, unless the wife calls. Digging on. Well, nothing old in the old area over there, so I moved over to, where'd it go? I moved over to the sledding hill. At least that's what I call it. And I got a nickel tone. We'll get it out, see what it is. The only thing I dug over in the older area was can slaw, garbage, nothing good. It was boring. I spent, it's a pull tab. I spent about an hour there grading it one direction that I haven't gone before. Didn't find anything. Well, found a pull tab. Moving on. Finally, my first coin tone. I would call it probably a zinc Lincoln. The kid just went down the hill on a 10-speed, just ripping by me if you heard him. This one doesn't have maybe 2 inches on it. I hope to get at least a coin today. The hillside here that I'm on, I think it's all dropped from sledding, and Hayden used to hunt this real heavy. Found a lot of quarters in it. Yeah, it's a zinc Lincoln. That's pretty sad when that's the best thing you've found so far. A zinc Lincoln. Moving on. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call it a zinc Lincoln. I think we skipped most of these darn tones when we came through here. Can't stand digging those zinkins. But when you want to dig, instead of sit around the house, I guess you'll dig anything. Doesn't have much depth. Oh. No, it's a, that'd be a tiny little toy soldier. Looks like he's holding a boat or something. Just a minute. Get that baby cleaned up. No, he's holding a boat. He's got something in his left hand here. I can't tell what it is. It almost looks like he's holding the camera. You tell me. The other one, he's definitely holding a pistol. Okay, so that's kind of neat. Best find of the day. Got a name on the bottom. Well, we'll get that bad boy cleaned up for the end. On to the next dig. Yeah, I was quite sure we got all the quarters out of this place, but I'm pretty positive I'm over a quarter here. She's got a great tone to her. That there sound. On an E-track, that means you found a quarter. Well, not true, because I have found silver rings at that, or silver items at that, but that there sounds like a clad quarter, and I can see that little, how the grass is flattened out right there. That means you found yourself a clad quarter. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be clad, but it's too dang shallow to be anything else. There we go. Where'd it go? It's in the hole. You didn't get it out. That's where it goes. There it is. Yeah, I thought we got them all out of here. Well, at least it's an old eagle one. Does the date matter? No. But it's curious. 82. 82 clad quarter. Moving on. Well, on this one I was just wandering along, and I was actually headed over to hunting the older area again. Well, I don't want to call it the older area. The area that got cleaned out. Oh, this is really soft dig. Not. And I got a quarter type tone. Oh my goodness. I can't get into the ground. I got a quarter type tone. I stopped and listened to it again, and it changed. Might take me the rest of the night to dig this one out, because it actually showed it had a little bit of depth. I don't know if you can tell, but I can't even get this part of the shovel into the ground. Oh my gosh. It's like digging concrete. Okay. Oh. That's not a quarter sound. Not even close to it anymore. No! I'm probably 30 feet from the last one I found. Another bicycle brake piece. I heard another tone up here, I thought. It sounds just like a quarter. Alright, moving on. Now this one sounds like a quarter the whole time. Unlike that stupid bicycle brake piece. Let's get a little closer. Or better position. Oh, come on, narrow down. Right on top almost. Oh, easy dig. I dug way too hard for that second bicycle piece. There it is. And And it's another eagle quarter. No, is it a 65? I think it's a 65. I don't know for sure. I can't tell. Not that it really matters. It's clad. Moving on. Alright, I'm actually back over by the older area. I came over just to scan over that there mole hole because it was all fresh dirt on the top. I scanned that one right next to it, and I'm right here next to it, and I get this signal. You can see on the scale, depth scale is right here, right at the bottom of this dark spot that's actually blocked out, discriminated out. That represents about 4 inches. I'm going to set up on this and get it dug. Now I'm actually a ways down from, I was closer to the dam is where I usually find all my stuff. I've actually not hunted in this area that much. It's real close to the creek that goes through here. I don't like to hunt here when it's darker and it's real soft because it's close to the creek, because there's lots of mosquitoes. So needless to say, I'm getting skeeter eatered. What do we have in the hole? Oh. How can that sound like that out of the ground? And sound so good in the ground? Cripes. Moving on. Garbage. Alright, coming across another tone. It almost... You see the depth of things down there about. At times it jumps up around 4 inches, most time it's around 7. There's times I can get it coming in real high. Can't get it. Too hard to do that and focus on the camera. Let me get it pinpointed. Gone. There it is. Alright, well, I'm only going to check it because of depth. And it just comes in. It's probably a stupid pop can. Alright. One pause and we'll get into it. Alright, this will probably be the last dig. Oh, nice and soft too. Since it is getting dark. The battery's almost dead in the phone. Oh, I hit a stick. Or a root. It must have been easy to get through because I just broke it. Oh, big plug. Gotta love that soft dirt. Sounds terrible now. There's that medium decent sound I was hearing. Oh, hit a softy. Oh. Mole holes again. Plenty of them. Oh. Holy crap. That is a hell of a shiner. Holy. That's a silver dollar. I can see the rays. Holy crap. It's a piece. Did I hit it? Oh, there's got a spot miss. Not missing, but chunked. It's a piece dollar. Oh my gosh. It is a piece dollar. Okay. That's the second silver dollar I ever found. That thing did not sound like it was silver. The heck? How did I... That doesn't sound like it was going to come out of the ground good. Holy cow. What year? Holy... I can't wait to text Greg. It's a 22. That's the second year of the piece. It's a 22. I can see some dents and dings around the edge. It wasn't even that deep, but golly, it came in great, and then it was terrible, and it just doesn't sound like it would be silver. It's giving me a 442, 142. Well, I guess that's what happens when you don't dig that many silver dollars. It's pretty bad shape, so I'm not worried about destroying the value, but I just found a silver dollar. Number two, there it is. I'll get that one cleaned up. Focus. My phone is almost dead. 1922 piece dollar. That's a great way to end it. Moving on. Yeah, I know I said I was going to leave, but I got a signal right there where that, get my cord untangled, right where that wood chip's at. It started out right there. Started out doing exactly the same as that dollar did, but now it sounds better. Oh yeah, show this. No depth to it though. God, I can't get focus, it's so dark. I'm gonna get it dug. Get it paused one moment and we'll get her dug up. Okay, so this has to be the last one. I actually hit stop instead of pause. I'm still all wound up about that silver dollar. That's my first piece dollar, of course. Not many people dig dollars. Oh, I hit something real hard. And I'm sure my wife's going to call any moment and say, "Why aren't you home?" Because I'm digging silver dollars. This one, I don't know what it is. I can't even think. Probably a bottle cap. I got rocks in the hole. Oh my goodness, big rocks. No molehill on this one, or mole hole. I'm just... God, that sounds so much like that. I am just going to poop if I take another silver dollar. I just can't imagine it would be, but I wouldn't have expected the first one. No shinies. I'm in so much of a hurry, I'm not even using my rag. I'm probably 40 feet from where I dug that. Does that not sound the same? Oh, I hit some hard dirt. Whatever it is, it's big. Either there, I got roots. And it's quickly getting darker. Oh, I saw a shine, I thought. It's a pop can. Okay, that's what I expected at that last one. Okay, what? That's a beer can. Beer can piece. Probably more like the whole beer can. Alright, getting too dark. It's not another silver dollar. I'm going home. Okay, here are the digs of the day. What an awesome dig. What an awesome day. In my garbage stuff, I was digging everything on that little hillside trying to find anything that sounded good. Various things I dug, and that hillside was mostly just garbage. At the bottom of the slope, both of these bicycle brake washers, the first one of them sounded super good, like a quarter. I think it was the first one, which is thinner. You can see a little difference in thickness. Lots of foil, just everything I could. I didn't find anything on the slope where the knoll, I'll say, where Brian had found his 1919 Merc, and it was close to where Hayden found his half of a Trime, and I found my 1908 Barber dime. I went over to the backside of the dam and dug
the clad, and I thought we got all the quarters out of there, but the one quarter that kind of miffed me a little bit until I won't even focus. Come on, not enough light. I got home and totally forgot to do my finish video because I was a little excited. Yeah, this one here, I can't see the date, but it's 1965. I got 65, but that's okay, I'll take it. I got my little army guy. Looking at him, he's actually holding a video camera. There it is, in his left hand. In his right hand, he's holding a firearm. And then on his left hip, you can see he's got something holstered with a single point sling on it. Enough of that garbage. This thing here rang up like you would expect that. Well, I should say I would expect the silver dollar to ring up. This thing sounded so good, and it ended up being just junk. On to the important part. 1922 piece dollar. She's kind of beat. I don't know if it got beat before it went in the ground. Got beat while it was in the ground. Hard telling. The edge is pretty bad shape, but I don't really care. That is number 2 silver dollar that I have found. The other one would happen to be a 21 Morgan. I didn't even look for the mint. I didn't know where to look for the mint mark on a piece dollar. Not a clue. I don't see any obvious mint mark on it. But I'll have to go look at my book. So I would have included it in the picture after the dig. Dang near the last thing I dug. The next thing I dug, I don't even remember what it was, but I was just kind of walking away and just skating the coil across the ground, and I heard a high pitch. Trying to think of what the heck it was. Is it down here? Oh, it was part of a beer can. That's what it was. I don't see it here now. It must be in another pouch I didn't empty. Doesn't matter. What matters is that. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time I hit the ground.